Hello my viewers, welcome back to the channel. But if you're tired, you know what this video is about. Today we're discussing, of course, some AEW Dynamite. This is the AEW Dynamite review. Of course, this is December the 10th. And we've seen some crazy things happen. The show started off, of course, right off the bat with something crazy. We had the women's tag team match. There's the tag team finals of the tournament. Yeah, the Babes of Wrath versus the Timeless Love Bombs. It was a good match. And my prediction, like I said last week, I feel like a team, of course, the Babes of Wrath is going to win. And then you have maybe a rematch, of course, at World's End. We probably see that maybe happening or something. I know we did see the Sisters of Sin attack, well, actually the whole Triangle of Madness attack them, of course, as well. So we might see maybe something with that. But I think Timeless Love Bombs will stay a team and kind of build up into maybe get an opportunity again, of course. But Will Nightingale and, of course, Harley Cameron are the new tag team champions, of course, in AEW. So that's very interesting to see how things kind of go. They have a lot of tag teams, a lot of different groups and tag teams, of course, in women division. So this should go well like that. You have, of course, you have TJ. You have, of course, Sisters of Sin. You have, of course, the Timeless Love Bombs. You have, of course, the Babes of Wrath, who are champions now. You have, of course, what's the name too? No, never mind. They don't have them no more. Under the tag team still, Marina and Megan Bain. It was just temporarily, but I know Megan Bain and Penelope Ford are tag team champions, tag team usually, of course, as well. So they got some teams. They got some teams there, of course. So we'll see how things kind of shape out a little bit. But we also seen, of course, Swerve and Hangman teaming up together as well in a crazy match, a tornado tag match against Powerhouse Hobbs and Shibata. The match started out very crazy, mayhem, and then the match got in the ring. We seen Hangman and Swerve. You know, they never said a word really to each other, but they went out there and just dominating. Like they're going out there dominating, going out there fighting against Powerhouse Hobbs and Shibata. It was a good match, of course, as well. You know, Hangman and Swerve they had some combinations too as well. You know, Hangman hit him with the fall away slam, and then, you know, Swerve with the 450 from the top, and then Hangman hit him with the forearm, and then Swerve rolled up into his little SCO like that, got him like that, a little flatliner move he do. And then also you see, of course, on the little move at the end, you know, the buckshot with the house call as well. So they got a little tag team moves together. We'll see if they keep their group going. I know Hangman did have a promo. He said that he wants to win that championship. Of course, he said he's not done with Samoa Joe yet. So we're gonna see Samoa Joe and Hangman probably still battling. We'll see what happens. And I know Swerve want to get a championship title opportunity as well, after he handled the Young Bucks at All In. And after the injury he had against Okada and stuff like that, you know, coming back, I think his eyes are set on some gold as well. So we'll see what kind of goes down a little bit. We might be seeing, I know some people predicted another three-way or four-way match at World's End. Last year one was a little, you know, the four-way match is really not the best to watch, like that, in a sense. I know, like, having multiple people in there is cool. Now the way they do Casino Gauntlet match, the way they do that kind of style of match is very good. But a four-way match, like this regular four-way match in wrestling, it works sometimes, but it's not really the best match to see. A three-way match, of course, sometimes, you know, works well, but it's better to do it one-on-one, or do like a Casino Gauntlet or some type of battle royal thing or something. But we'll see if they lead to that, because it could be Samoa Joe versus Hangman Page versus Swerve, like that, a three-way match. And you may throw in somebody else in there like that in the mix as well, so you never know. So we'll see if it just stays on one, or if MJF return. I think MJF probably will return at World's End. I think that's probably the best way for him to return. It's going to get the next year started. So we'll see how things kind of go with that. But we also seen, of course, Kyle Fletcher and Mike Bailey. That match right there was a classic match. Both of those individuals going at it back and forth. I think I seen what's the guy on Twitter? He always posting AEW stuff. But he compared it to that Rams and Chiefs game. Remember a few years ago, that Monday Night Football game with the Rams and Chiefs? Well, that's the year the Rams went to the Super Bowl. Jared Goff and Mahomes. Jared Goff threw like 6 touchdowns. He's 7 touchdowns in that game. Jared Goff and Mahomes threw like 5 touchdowns in that game. 5 or 6. They were going back and forth. Of course, it was one of the highest scoring games. The highest scoring game in NFL history. They compare it to that. And it kind of was similar to that, like that. You know, you had a lot of things back and forth. I thought Kyle Fletcher was going to win and stay undefeated. But then Mike Bailey staying alive, kicking out, of course, as well. A lot of false finishes in the match and a lot of build up in the match. I was like, okay, I think he did the move outside the ring when he missed, hit both knees on the ground, and then Kyle Fletcher got him up, you know, in there with the power bomb on the apron, threw him in the ring, and then hit him with the exploder kick in the corner, and then he got him with the brain bust. I thought it was over, but yes, he kicked out of that. I was like, he kicked out of that. And then he got the roll-up victory to win. And now, hey, things are open for him like that. So him and Kevin Knight going to face each other as well. They both in the same conference right now, the same league. So we'll see what happens with that. But things going to get very interesting. But I want that about the C2. The C2 always very cool because it can be like, it's kind of like football or basketball. Any given night, any given Sunday, anybody can get you like that. Just because you might be a better wrestler in a sense on paper, like from overall, anybody can get you in the C2. So it makes it very interesting, of course, as well. And so it's gonna be kind of cool to see who kind of ends. What is it? What is that? Is that a fly? Where'd it come from? I'll handle you later, fly. But it get kind of interesting, of course, to see what things kind of end up, of course. And then we also seen, of course, in the main event, Samoa Joe tapping out Eddie Kingston. Eddie Kingston, I had a feeling he was going to win this match, of course. But Eddie Kingston getting tapped out by Samoa Joe, put to sleep. Of course, he was fighting his heart out, of course, in that match. It was a pretty solid. It was a solid match, of course. Eddie Kingston, like I mentioned last time, I know people say, well, he tore his ACL and stuff. I know I seen guys tear their ACL to come back, but when you're older, of course, as well, it's kind of hard to do like that. Eddie Kingston already, I think, like 40 years old. He tore his ACL last year, and he never was the most athletic individual, the fastest or the quickest or strongest individual. So his restriction is very limited right now. He can still do some stuff, but in some matches, I feel like in this match right here, he did a pretty good job because the way Samoa Joe's style is, it kind of worked. But in some of those matches he was in, like before this, it was a little shaky because it's like he can't really move like he wants to, like that, in a sense. So we'll see if he kind of ever gets his footing back on track. The only person I can think of that had a severe injury, if that was 40 plus, I'm trying to think. I know in football, Aaron Rodgers tore his Achilles, and he came back the following year through 28 touchdowns, and then the year after that, now with my Steelers, he's through 20 touchdowns so far. But you can see you can see him. Of course, not the same. Aaron Rodgers, he's still a pretty good player, but he's not the same way he once was. Of course, when you get older, the injuries just like kind of linger on a little bit more like that. They do have better, medical procedures, medical techniques to help it, but yeah, we'll see. We kind of get back into that groove. We did see Okada did get a victory as well on the C2, another victory. Him and Kyle Fletcher are both tied at 6 in the top in their league like that as well. So yeah, that's kind of most of the things I've seen today. We're going to see some crazy matches, of course, going on Saturday. There'll be a card as well. So I think it started at 1 o'clock instead of being at 7. So be on the lookout for that. I might make a video on that. I'm going to be watching it. I might make a video. We'll see. And then we have, of course, next week, it's going to be the Elite teaming up like that. The Elite teaming up again to go against the Don Callis family. That should be good. So I don't know if they're going to bring back the Wayward song or not. What they're going to do like that. Or they bring back the classic Elite song. We'll see what they do. I don't know if the Young Bucks will ever switch back to their doom 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 bam bam. If I didn't name that song, but I'm going to switch back to that one day as well. But it's going to be interesting. Very interesting to see what kind of goes on. I think I said that like 10 times in this video, but it's okay. But yeah, this is all I have for this video. Hope you guys enjoy it. If you like this video, like and subscribe for more content. And I'll see you guys next time on the channel. I'm gonna try to live stream World's End. It depends though, of course, because I think it's gonna be on Saturday, December 31st. I don't know if college football playoffs, I think we started by then a little bit, some stuff. So I may be watching that. I'm gonna be watching the wrestling too as well, but I'm gonna have it on both screens. So it'd be like back and forth. So I want to live stream if I'm looking at both things like that. So be on the lookout for that. But peace out.